Gentlemen, welcome back here, Piedmont University Athletics on YouTube. Davis Barlow, now joined by the Dean of Education, Mr. Octavius Mulligan here. Excited to have you.
Excited to be here.
Yes, sir. You are one of the many alumni in the house here today. Big weekend on campus, doubleheader Friday, Saturday with Alumni Day today. What's it like seeing the development of Cave Arena and really the program where it is now from where it was when you were here?
Well, so, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Student Success Center, but that's where I played.
Yes, sir.
The Cave Arena was just trees at the time when I was here. So just to see the university involved to this is amazing, and it's awesome.
This facility, again, is one of the newer portions of this campus. A great development here. You can see the branding and really the color pattern, the development overall of what we've attempted to create and have created here is a culture of really excellence and then an atmosphere of fun surrounded by students, locals, alumni, and really a testament to what the athletic department has tried to do since your time here.
That's right.
Talk to us a little bit about your time here.
Well, I came here as a freshman in 1989, and I redshirted the first year. I didn't play, so my first year in basketball was 1990, and
okay.
Huge difference. We didn't have a training room. We didn't have a trainer. Some of the things that these student athletes now are blessed to have, we didn't have some of those things. So, I can remember times when we were traveling to places like LaGrange and Huntington, we drove vans ourselves as players.
That is crazy how times have changed. Fisher Darden for three. It will not go. Rebound to Devin Dean here. Putback is good. Piedmont on the board, but they've already given up a three, a turnover, and a bucket in transition here. How's the culture changed from seeing what head coach Greg Neely's worked on here now to really what you guys had here back in the 90s?
Well, it's totally different. We had an amazing coach when I was here, and he's a Hall of Famer, and Maxie Skinner. But what Greg Neely has done here is he's created the Lions brand in the athletic department, and these guys have bought into what is happening here, and that's why, they're down now, but they're not going to go away in this game. But what he's done here is created an atmosphere of the student athlete, and these guys work hard in the classroom and on the court.
They did. Jolly forced the turnover there. It's Dean in transition. He'll get the bucket and the foul. They'll assess the foul to B.J. Brown, who is the current leading scorer for this squad of Hawks here. He's got to be a little bit careful. That is his second personal foul early here in the second half. Dean for the and one opportunity. It will go. Lions have cut the lead down to 18 here. As you've mentioned, Greg Neely, and of course you played for the great Maxie Skinner here, Hall of Famer, well known around these parts as well. His daughter spent some time here, granddaughter I should say, spent some time here. Liv. Played some great minutes for Jamie Purdy here. What's the coolest thing about what you think now the student athlete experience is about at Piedmont?
Well, it's an amazing team atmosphere. The team traveled to Chicago this year to play in a tournament. I don't think my time here, we've gone to Florida, Tennessee, North Carolina, places like that, but never Chicago or anything like that. So I think that's a pretty awesome thing that they're doing now, and they're in a conference and they're in a league that's pretty prestigious, being NCAA D3.
Ooh, tough attempt there from Jolly as he does get fouled. Speaking of the NCAA, Jolly, one of the leading scorers in all of the NCAA, has been quiet here today as that three's off. He'll grab the board right on cue. He's averaging 24.2 points per game as that's a hard foul on Reardon. Jolly still single-digit points today. Piedmont 6th overall in scoring in all of Division III. They average 91.5 points a game.
Wow, that's amazing.
That kind of offensive production, again, as you mentioned, has really come from being able to play some of the top teams in the country. Trip to Chicago, win over Wheaton, win over Alma. Guys got to go to a Bulls game. I know they were stoked about that as well. And
they were.
Really the opportunity that the universities is now able to provide through the athletic department is unlike any other, really, especially for Division III as well. We do such a good job of the student-athlete experience. For the Department of Education, you took over there recently, I believe back in July of 23.
July 1st was my first day. I actually retired from White County school system in August and then started here in July. So I was kind of working both jobs and was given the opportunity to do both. So I wanted to close out where I was and then start new here. So, but I'm excited to come back and work in the school or the college that provided so much for me. If it wasn't for the College of Education and the professors that I've had the opportunity to take classes from, I don't know that I would be here in this position right now.
And the Department of Education already carries a very prestigious weight with it now. What's your overall goal with some of the changes you want to implement, but also the continued development of the department?
So the overall goal is to get students into our programs and provide them with the tools needed to be successful teachers. And one of the things that we want to get back to is the cohort model, where we set up cohorts in different parts of the states and we provide courses for those teachers that want to have advanced degrees. So that's been a challenge because now everybody has a program, an advanced degree program, and sometimes we want our product to be the best product. And for the best, you have to pay for the best. And sometimes our tuition's a little bit higher than others. But I guarantee you, when you walk out of our program, you'll be a better teacher than you were before you started.
And there are many student-athletes involved in that program, as well as graduate programs available from the Department of Education there. Piedmont slowly starting to rally back into this one. Knocked down 3 from Fisher-Darden. They forced a couple turnovers here. Reardon picked up an assist as well. What would you say to either really a prospective student-athlete, but also for graduate students who maybe want to come and get their masters and finish their careers on the floor or on the field?
Well, it's pretty simple. There's not a lot to say. We don't want you to consider Piedmont. We want you to graduate from Piedmont. That's the bottom line. We don't want you to think about it. We want you to come and be a part of our programs, get an advanced degree, and be a better educator than you were before.
That is an awesome message to send. There was a hard foul on Dean right there. Of course, the alumni going to add to the reaction, but we do have a discussion here between the refs. They are probably going to go to the replay to look for a flagrant here. It was borderline to the naked eye. We will see. They're going to go to a review to take a look for a flagrant foul here.
Yeah, that was a pretty hard foul.
It was. And then, again, as the continued development of games, it's not like the 90s where when somebody came down the lane, you got to rough them up a little bit. They take player safety very seriously.
That was a common foul, and we definitely didn't have instant replay.
This is even new to Division III. This is the first year where Division III has had replay required.
Really? Okay.
So, again, of course, we only have the one camera angle. We're not ESPN, but this is the first year where they've had the availability to come look at fouls like this.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, in your day, I think we would have had a foul, a couple free throws moved on, but now they're going to take a little bit longer look at this.
Yeah, we were using the big VHS video cameras, so a little different than when I was playing.
We'll see what the outcome is. The ref is headed over to talk to the Huntington coach. I do believe we are going to get a flagrant.
Yeah, I think they're looking at doing a flagrant foul or calling a flagrant foul because guys are sending them back across half court. So normally what that means is we're going to do a flagrant foul.
Should be a flagrant 1 there. No real malicious intent. Flagrant 2 would be an immediate disqualification. But I do believe, at least potentially, it has not been announced in the stadium. I guess we'll see if Dean takes 4 or 2 free throws. First one does not go. Second one will go, and players will now return to the line, and it's...
I think we're going to get it out of bounds.
Yeah, it will be Piedmont basketball. So I do believe that is a flagrant foul then that was assessed. So Piedmont will maintain possession even with the free throws, and we will get back to this one. 16-point deficit here in Cave Arena. Lob into Hellenbrook. Down to Jolly on the low block. He's worked himself into a bad spot. Get it back up top to Fisher Darden. They run Reardon off the line, but the tough left-handed layup will not go. Hellenbrook rebound put back. Won't go. Rebound to the Hawks here. What's the biggest difference that you see in today's game versus when you were playing in the Student Success Center?
Well, I'll say the game is spread out a little more. We based our game plan on, there was a big guy in the lane, and then, we ran things through him. Now, all the big guys are three-point shooters, and they handle the ball. And so back then, if the guy was 5, 6, 7, 8, 6 foot, you knew he was the point guard.
Oh, yeah.
And now, these guys are interchangeable. Any guy on this team that Coach Neely has here could probably bring the ball up the court.
Hellenbrook, 6'8", is a three-point shooter. So we finally make it to the first media timeout here with the foul on Jolly. So Piedmont trailing by 16. Mr. Mulligan, thank you so much for joining me here on the broadcast.
Yes,
It's been great to have you. So
thanks for having me.
When we come back, Piedmont trailing by 16.